ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय।
श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि।
रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्।
சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्य कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा रामानुजदया पात्रं ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्। சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்று சொன்ன பழம் ஓரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேர கோமளவும் வாழ்வு.
So, Rahasya Sandesam, it contains about 8 pages. மூன்று ரகசியங்களின் அர்த்தத்தை விளக்கி உபதேசிப்பதால் இதற்கு பெயர் வந்தது. So, we are already familiar with the 3 secrets, namely Ashtakshara mantra, Dvaya mantra and Charama Shloka mantra. Therefore, so we are now starting with the Ashtakshara mantra. So the first essence of this Ashtakshara mantra is Ahamatma na dehaha asmi. So this is a starting expression of the verse given under here, under number 2, note number 2. So it is understood already from the Shastras that we are not to recognize the Jivatma one with the body, human body, and therefore we must never think that Jivatma is same as body. Again, we understand Aham Atma. Aham, when we say Aham, I refers to Jivatma and not to the body. These are the 2 points here to be understood briefly. Of course, elaborately, Rahasya Trayasara of Swami Vedanta Deshika gives us in hundreds of pages the meaning of these 3 Rahasyas, secrets. Let us read the Tamil words. So it is Swami Deshika's Tamil Prabandha words. So Yan Ariyum Sudarahi Nindren. Again, we must identify our Jivatma with Paramatma in many senses, in many respects. Namely, we are light. We are in the form of light. We are meaning we both. both the individual soul and the supreme soul, are in the form of light. Swami Vedanta Deshika, in his transcreation of Amalanadi Piran of Tirupanarvar, starts his Bhagavad Dhyana Sopanam as Antar Jyotihi. Antar Jyotihi. Antaryami of the Jivatma, namely the Supreme Soul, is full of light, effulgence, bright. It is in the form of light. So Antar Jyotihi. So what he means is when Karpura Harati is done in the temple by the priest, the devotees should concentrate upon seeing the light rather than the Lord. Because we are at a distance beyond the Dwarapalakas, the crowd is heavy, and therefore we are to just imagine, if not possible, imagine in our heart the light. That's all. Antar Jyotihi. Because it is kimapi, indescribably great. So he says, not only the first two main points, namely, I am the soul. I am the soul. When I say I, the word I, aham, points out the soul, not the body. But generally we associate body with the soul because when I say I walk, when I say I walk, my body moves, walking. Jivatma stays in his own place, still. But who is walking? When you say aham atma atami, charami, chalami, and so on. So aham atma na deha asmi, I am not the body. Vishnu sheshaha, but I am the slave of Lord. I am part of the Lord, part and parcel of the Lord. Vishnu sheshaha. I am Lord, part and parcel of Lord Vishnu. Then aparigraha. So I have not been recognized so far because in the stage of what you call baddha, namely a fettered soul, chained soul in this world, living in this world, we are yet to become realized soul, and therefore we have not been accepted. Aparigraha. Parigraha meaning
அடியேன் அடியேன் அந்தர் அந்தர்ஜோதி அப்படிங்கிற போது பகவானுடைய லைட்டு நம்ம அந்தராத்மாலையும் அதே லைட் அப்படிங்கிற இல்லையா?
ஆமா.
அந்தர்யாமி அதே என்ன? அப்ப அவ்வளவு பெரிய லைட்ட அதோட பவர்ஃபுல்லான லைட்டா அறியாம எப்படி மூடுறது? அதான் எனக்கு புரியல. கரெக்டா? அந்தர்ஜோதி இல்லையா? அதாவது பகவானுடைய ரூபத்துல இருக்க அந்தர்யாமி அதே லைட்ல இட் இஸ் ஹேவிங் தி வேல்யூ. அத மூடுற அளவுக்கு ஹவு தட் திஸ் ஓவர் பவர் திஸ் அறியாம அஜ்ஞானம் அப்படிங்கிறது எங்க எங்க?
It is he who created that way.
ஓகே ஓகே. அதான் மாயா. அதான் மாயா.
அதான் மாயா. We also say the word shata. Shata is the air which engulfs the soul, engulfs the mind of the soul, not to understand the law. And the whole creation, as we say, is full of the Lord. Antaryami in everything. Achetanam, insentient object, also Chetanam, individual soul. Everywhere he is present. Vishnuhu, Vishwam. Vishwam, Vishnuhu. The whole universe is spread over by the Lord. Lord pervades the whole world. Lord pervades our body also. From the head to foot, from our head to foot. We say our head, our foot. So from the head to foot, he is in the every atom. Not only in the rather, for example, we say heart, brain, mind, thought. So it is not limited to the mind or brain or heart. Heart is a physical part. Mind is an abstract part. Brain is a physical part. We say on the head. So here the head and the heart should work together and create the thought. And Lord is present everywhere, not under the feet also, under our feet.
There is no where it is not.
But as you said, it's a very good question. A powerful light is hidden by powerful darkness, equally powerful darkness. That is because of his Leela game. Game.
Yeah.
So he says, Yanarim Shudarahindre. Now, as an individual soul, we are able to understand that there is one Antaryami and he is in the form of light. Now, Yan Ariyam Sudarahinindre. Please also recall to our mind that we already know that we have full knowledge also, full wisdom. We have full wisdom. Parajnanam asti. We have full wisdom. Atma, Jivatma is not less in knowledge than Paramatma. So Jivatma also is full of knowledge. That knowledge is again a hidden. Parajnanam, Paramabhakti, we say no, Parabhakti, Paramabhakti. These three mentioned in Gadya of Sri Ramanujacharya are available with us. We are highly devoted. Jivatma is highly devoted. It cannot be otherwise because we have to be slave. We have to be a slave. We have to obey him. We have to obey him. We have to follow his instructions. No other escape from disobeying his instructions. By disobeying his instructions. But the problem is the knowledge, our wisdom, our paramajnanam has been hidden by Maya, as is.
No, it is like a diamond in the mud where it lost its light and it is like that.
Which one?
You know, a diamond or a powerful light bearing stone, it is hidden in a mud where it cannot
Right.
even.
That's a good example. That's a good example. That's a good example. Diamond in a mud. You can say that the salt in the sea. The salt in the sea. Then you have what you call fire in the wood. Daru vannivat. Tila tailavat. Like the oil in the sesame seed. It is hidden. We are able to see the sesame seed, gingerly seed, எள்ள பார்க்க முடியும். எள்ளுக்கு இருக்கிற உள்ள எண்ணெயை பார்க்க முடியல. Even you say the sweetness in the milk, பால் உள்ள இனிமை, அதையும் பார்க்க முடியாது. You have to enjoy the sweetness in the milk by drinking it. So மற்றும் யாதுமலை. So I am not somebody else. That's what it is. மற்றும் யாதுமலை. If you say that I am different from the Paramatma, okay, that's understood. But I am not somebody else also, something else also. யாதுமலை. வானமரும் திருமால் அடியேன். வானமரும், வான் is Vaikuntham, Paramapadam. Amarum, he is in a sitting post there. We always see Paramapadanatha in a sitting posture. So Amarum can also say stay. He is reclining in the Vyuharupam on the snake bed. He is taking a lot of incarnations. There you have got a lot of movements also. Vibhava. Antaryami, you can imagine that in your Antaryami that he can be either standing, sitting or reclining, sleeping. So Adiyan is I am slave, I am subservient. Tirumal Adiyan, I am subservient to both, namely the divine couple, Tirumal. The word mal gives you, as you understood earlier, Maya. Mal meaning mayakam, confusion. Mal is we are in a what we call hallucination, as though we are drunk. We drank the nectar of his happiness, and the drink makes us swoon, swoon, swoon. So we are in a fainted condition. மயக்கம் அடைஞ்சு படுத்துன்னு இருக்கோம். அதாவது our entire human life is like what we call lying down in an unconscious state. Unconscious state. Why we are all conscious? Of course, partially conscious that we have Antaryami in the Lord, but totally unconscious in all other aspects. Then Matror Patrumilin. I don't have attachment to something else except the Lord, except the divine couple. Tan Amudam Avan. He is our elixir. He is our tonic. He is our sweetness. Tan Amudam Avan. Tan Sharane Sharanendrainde. So Avandan his Sharane foot Sharanendrainde. So I surrender at his divine feet. Manamila Adimai Punda Manatini. Manamila. Manamila meaning it doesn't mean what you call a derogatory sense. It is not a derogatory sense, but we feel that we are inadequate. Manamila meaning not that we have no self-respect. Manam in Tamil, in Sanskrit, means limit. So in the sense, there is no limit of ignorance here, not limit of knowledge, limit of ignorance. So Manamila meaning we have all bad qualities in the sense, we are incapable of. We are helpless mean. Manamila meaning helplessness. Akinchanyam, Karpanyam is called Manamila. So Adimai Panipunda Manantinini. I am just trying to do service. My mind is to do service. Adimai Pani. So I have joined the service. So my motto is service. Punda Manantinini. So you look at the evening, so second line Sanskrit. So Tameva Sharanam Praptaha. That's what Tamil says. Adimai Pani Punda Manantinini. Tat Kaingiri Chikirshaya. In order to serve him, that is with a desire to serve him. Chikirshaya. Chikirshaya meaning Kartum Ichaya Chikirshaya. Having a desire, only desire to serve only Lord. Kainkaryam. Any type of Kainkaryam as we understood. So Yan Jivatma Vekinan Ariyam Shudarahi Nindre. No, I am the person who is knowing, who is trying to understand Lord. He is the knower. He is the knower. I am the known. Ariyam Shudarahi Nindre. Kartum Ichaya Chikirshaya.
Okay.
Kartum Ichaya Chikirshaya. Kartum Icha Chikirsha. Tritiya Vibhakti Taya Chikirshaya. Kartum Icha Chikirsha. It's a peculiar usage. மற்றும் again மற்ற பொருள்களை அறிபவனாகவும் ஞான ஸ்வரூபனாகவும் நிற்கின்றேன். So I'm able to understand all other things, and I am also full of knowledge. Jnana Swarupan. My original nature is wisdom, because I am equal to God. மற்றும் யாதுமலேன் மற்ற அச்சேதனத்திற்கு காட்டிலும் வேறுபட்டிருக்கின்றேன். So I am not the achetana object. I'm different from the insentient object. So வானமரும் பரம்பதத்தில் எழுந்தருளி இருக்கின்ற திருமாலடியேன் எம்பெருமானுக்கு தாசன் மற்ற ஓர் பற்றுமில்லேன், வேறு ஒரு பொருளிலும் உரிமை இல்லாதிருக்கின்றேன். I have no sway over, control over, right over any other object. So மானமில்லா, அளவு இல்லாத அடிமைப்பணி கைங்கரியமாகிற, மானமில்லா should be taken with அடிமைப்பணி. So there should be no limit of my service. And that's called Kaikarya Samrajyam. Samrajyam is I own the kingdom, OWN. I own the kingdom, rather what you call a very great nation. Samrajyam is very great nation. I am ruling over a nation, but that nation is national service, service nation. பூண்ட மனத்தினன் இருகப் பற்றிய மனத்தையுடைய நான். I am steadfast in devoting my service to the Lord. தான் அமுதான் அவன், அவன் தான் அனுபவிக்க அமுதம் போன்ற எம்பெருமானுடைய. We used to say he is the nectar, he is the honey, he is the sweetness incarnate, he is the jaggery, you want to say. Whatever be the sweetest object in the world, he is the most sweetest object. He can be experienced. So kalkand, yes, solidified sugar, yes. Water, rock candy, yes. Okay. Very good. So all the types of sweetness, all made out of ikshurasa, namely the sugarcane juice, all made up of sugarcane juice. So I told you he is also the sweetness in the milk, natural sweetness in the milk. He need not add sugar to the milk. So Sharane Tiruvadigaleye Sharanendradaindhen, Upayam Endrade. So we already saw that surrendering totally to the divine feet also marks that it is the feet are the upaya, feet are the road to go, feet are the way, methodology, strategy to approach the destination. So my aim is to go to Sri Vaikuntham and do service. And his sweetness is always delectable, never boring. Never boring. Tevittada amudamai. We don't want to stop relishing the sweetness. That is, I think we have another word in English also. Tevittada amudamai. His sweetness never diminishes. And we have more and more desire to enjoy the sweetness. We never get disgusted with its sweetness. Here, so we can go to the next page. Ayarvaru amarhalana. This is an Ammalvar statement. அனந்த கருட விஷக்சேனாதிகளோடு துல்லியமாக அபரிச்சின்ன புருஷார்த்தமான பகவத் கைங்கரியத்திற்கு ஸ்வரூப யோக்கியத்தை உண்டாயிருக்க அனாதிமாயையாலே, your answer is given, Swami Rajagopalan, Maya, the answer is given. அனாதிமாயையாலே, சுப்தனாய், அனந்த கிளேச பாஜனமான சம்சார சாகத்திலே அழுந்தி கிடக்கிற க்ஷேத்திரஜன் அத்தியந்த சோகார்த்தனானவளையே. Why do we sleep? Suptanai. Why do you go on sleeping? In ignorance, in darkness of ignorance, because of Anadi Maya. Our birth is beginningless. Lord's birth is beginningless. Lord is never born. He is always unborn. He is unchangeable, immutable. And we are also equal to him because we have also no beginning of the birth. So again, our illusion is also beyond birth. So Anadi Maya. All of us are almost in equal status. Lord, the individual soul, and the Maya, illusion. So what happens is, we want to do service to the Lord. Bhagavad Kainkaryatik. In order to do service, we want to get qualified. Swarupa Yogyate. We want to get qualified. What is the qualification? Realization of the Supreme Soul. Understanding the Supreme Soul completely. That is Jnanam. Parajnanam, Paramajnanam. So in order that, what is our goal? Aparichinna Purushartham. So our service is unlimited, and therefore that is the final goal. Aparichinna. There is no limitation to the human goal. It's a human goal. And how do we enjoy the service to him? Rather, I should not say I must enjoy the service to him. So I must serve him so that he enjoys my service. So how do we do that? We have companions for us, 3 people. Ananta Adishesha, Garuda the kite, Vishwaksena the chief of securities. So Tulyamaha, as they experience. How do they experience? We don't know, because we are not realized. What is the type of the ocean in which we are drowned, immersed? Ananta Klesha Bhajanam. It is a receptacle, container of all the troubles, endless troubles. Ananta, endless. So not only Lord is endless, the Jivatma and the individual soul, namely we are endless. Neither we have beginning nor we have end. We don't die. So illusion is beginningless, and of course it has an end. Maya has an end. While we become realized soul, Maya ends there. Whereas this life, human life in this world is full of troubles. Unlimited troubles. Ananta Klesha. Klesha is suffering. So it is a container of all kinds of sufferings endlessly. So samsara sagaram, the ocean of human life. Alindi kedakare. We are deeply drowned. We are not able to come out of it. Though we know that we are the kshetrajnaha. Kshetram is body. So that we need a body to have the individual soul. The individual soul is the body of Lord, namely the Supreme Soul. So human body, whether it is Sthula Sharira, gross body, or Sukshma Sharira, subtle body, which is not visible. And as a Jivatma, the individual soul, we are the body, we are the Kshetra. Individual soul, Jivatma is the Kshetra, the field, as we say, the field where the crop, namely the Supreme Soul, grows. So Kshetrajnaha, we know that he is available in our body, he is available in our soul. Atyanta Shokartanana Vadavi. Because of the sufferings, we are totally uh, surrounded by grief. So by only sadness, we are all sad. Saddest person. Again, there is no end to that sadness as long as we live in this world. Then, so what should we do? Then we must go to a preceptor. So Paripurna Pratibuddhanana Acharya Nali. First Acharya is God, the divine couple. Innamudat Tirumahal என்று இவரை முன்னிட்டு எம்பெருமான் திருவடிகள் அடைகின்றேனே. Swami Deshika's Tamil Prabandham, which lists the preceptors. Ennuyir Tandalithavare. Somebody was asking me whether it is father is only preceptor or mother also is a preceptor. Yes, both are the preceptors. Ennuyir Tandalithavare. Because both of them have the role to play in our birth. And therefore, Ennuyir Tandalithavar meaning பெற்றோர்கள், mother and father. So both of them are the first preceptors. And then again, don't argue whether mother was the first preceptor or father was the first preceptor. Mother generally is the first preceptor to teach words by signals, by actions to the child, baby, and then father becomes the real preceptor while performing the Upanayana. And therefore, so both are acharyas. Then we have a list. Karanambukki Anadaven, our Gurukan Niraivanangi. So we must worship our grandparents also, who are preceptors to our parents, namely grandparents. Who are preceptors to our grandparents, their parents. So whole race must be our Gurukan Niraivanangi. You completely fall down at the feet of all the ancestors. That is, in couples, mother and father, grandmother and grandfather, great grandmother and great grandfather, and so on. So then we have lastly the two, the goddess Mahalakshmi and Lord Vishnu. நீ அதிதுஷ்கர தர்மங்களில் ஒன்றிலும் அலைய வேண்டாம். We need not indulge in violent worship, violent worship. Ati dushkara dharmangal. Ati dushkara, very difficult. Dharma, say, some people in some religions torture themselves. For example, in the Islam religion, they beat with a whip. They beat themselves with a whip on their back. That is another very good habit. Bad habit or good habit. We make ourselves suffer. And again, we have got a lot of prayers to solve our problems of health and so on, with sharp nails going through our limbs from one cheek to another cheek. Then you have hooks, iron hooks, going deep into the skin and hanging over hooks, iron hooks. So it's all suffering. So that is what we call, even, for example, long starving. Long starving. For example, today I think Shravana Dwadashi. Today is Shravana Dwadashi. Some people take to fast on both days. Ekadashi, 24 hours, and the next 24 hours also. Shravana Dwadashi. Then after 48 hours only they take food. They don't take even water. So Nirjala Upasana. Again, of course, fasting is not very important, but remembering during fast is very important. The Lord's name. It is very difficult to combine both fasting, that is stomach pinching, and remembering the Lord. So these won't go together. So don't do that, he says. Ondilum alaya vendam. Don't wander over very difficult methods of worship. So ಆ ಪಾಪங்களை எல்லாவற்றையும் விடுவிக்கைக்கு சமர்த்தனாய். So as a preceptor, paripurna pratibadha, austerities. Paripurna pratibadha is you believe your preceptor. That preceptor is you take Lord himself. So paripurna pratibadha is completely realized preceptor. He knows everything. He knows everything. So remember that you go to a preceptor who is to be believed by you as a very good preceptor, in the sense with complete knowledge. So he will be capable of removing our sins. Appapangalai ellavatriyum viduvikikku samarthanai. So this preceptor will be capable of removing all our sins. Then what should we do? We must approach him quickly. Avasara pratikshanamai. So you say that I am in an emergency situation. I need to be protected immediately. That is, all my sins must be removed at once. That's what we must pray to the preceptor. So avasara meaning avasara, it is not avasara, avasara. Avasara, expecting an opportunity, trying to catch a chance to surrender to the preceptor. That is also there. You can have it as a quick, yeah, Ranganath Priyasan, welcome. Avasara Pratiksha is waiting for the opportunity, expecting a chance to fall at the feet of the preceptor. So, நிற்கிற என்னை ஒருவனையே சரணமாக பற்று. He said, மாமேகம் சரணம் பிரஜா. சரம ஸ்லோகம். மாமேகம் சரணம் பிரஜா. என்ன ஒருவனையே சரணமாக பற்று என்று சரண்யனான. He is a qualified person. We need not give certificate that he is the qualified person. So, Sharanyaha. So, Sharanam Datum Yogyaha Sharanyaha. Sharanam Datum Yogyaha Sharanyaha. Sharanyanana, Shiyapatidane, the divine couple, Charama Shlokatale Arulicheda. So, he blessed through the verse from the Bhagavad Gita, we understand. Sarvadhikara Sharanagati Nudeya. So, it's a total surrender Sharanagati with all rights, Sarva Adhikara. Adhikara doesn't mean power here as we understand in Tamil. So Sarvadhikara meaning all rights, with all rights. That means fully qualified. So we are the surrenderee fully qualified. Then Vishaya Sarupa Parikara Phala Visheshangalai Vishadamaha Prakashipikara. Now up to this, we first for the past few lines, few words, we referred to Charama Shloka, but we are going through actually the first mantra, namely Thiru mantra, namely Shri mantra, otherwise called Ashtakshara. So we started with Ashtakshara, now have come to Charama Shloka, then we go to now Dvaya. This is in a little different order. In the Dvaya mantra, we will understand 4 points, 4 specialities. What are the 4? Vishaya, the content of our Sharanagati. Why should we surrender? What is the matter? What is the matter to surrender? Vishaya. That is what is the goal. I mean, what is the matter? What is the process of surrender? Then Swarupa, what do we aim at? Understanding the original nature. Subject to surrender. Very good. Subject to surrender. Of course, in separate context, Vishaya means object of pleasure of this world. And also we must understand the impermanent nature of the object of pleasures of this world. That is also one of the subjects. Then Swarupa, the original nature of the Lord and original nature of the individual soul. Then Parikara, we must also know the ancillaries, the surrounding aspects of the Lord. For example, Mahalakshmi, and Vishwaksena, Ananta, Garuda, all these Nityasuris must be understood. Parikara. And then Phala, so we must understand the goal. What is the fruit of our surrender? So Vishadamaha, clearly, Prakashipikara, one which throws light on. Dvayatirku, so the Dvaya mantra, the 2-sentence spell. Then Apekshita Artha Sangraha Rupamana Thirumandatile. So the Dvaya mantra, namely the 2-sentence spell, has been condensed in the 8-syllable spell. So whatever we needed or understood from the Dvaya, from the 2-sentence spell, has been given in the brief meaning of Thirumantra, Ashtakshara. So, Artha Sangraha Rupaman. In 8 syllables, the meaning of Dvaya is condensed, abridged. Then we must differentiate between Prakriti and Atma. So Vivekamu. So discrimination power must exist with us, namely, what is Prakriti? Matter. What we call, already we saw what is Prakriti in Pancharatra Raksha also. So Atma, the Jivatma. So what is the difference between the Prakriti and the Atma? Then Jiva and Ishvara. What is the difference between Jivatma and Paramatma? The individual and the supreme souls. Then Pirandu. So we realize the knowledge. Then we understand the discrimination. So Swabhavika Bhagavad Sambandhate Unadu. So we must understand that is a natural relationship between the Lord and the individual soul. So Bhagavad Sambandhate, our relationship with the Lord is natural. Natural in the sense it is the original nature. What is the original nature is we are never dissociated. We are not divorced from each other. So the individual soul is always connected with, linked with the Lord. Never we are delinked. We are not away from the Lord anytime. Then, so we must understand our position now, precarious position now. What is that precarious position? Aupadhika deha vibhutyadi sambandhate yearn. We must despise, we must scold, we must censure, C-E-N-S-U-R-E. Yearned. We must say, in English we say fi, F-I-E. In Sanskrit we say dik, D-H-I-K. In Sanskrit we say D-H-I-K, and the English word is F-I-E. So fie upon our life here. What? Aupadhika deha vibhutyadi. This vibhuti is Leela vibhuti, the what you call the creation, the created world. And in the Leela vibhuti, we are part and parcel as with the human body here. Fortunately, at least human body, deha. And this deha body is conditioned, aupadhikam, chained by rules, without any freedom, meaning aupadhika deha is freedomless body. The body is controlled by Lord. But the sambandham, the controlled by the Lord in the sense according to the merits and sins, merits and demerits. And therefore, so this relationship must be boo-booed. We must stop this. Then Swarupa Anurupa Paramapurushartha Siddhiki, we must aim at the success of understanding the Paramapurushartha. Paramapurushartha, again, please remind ourselves as service to the Lord. So we must get qualified, therefore Anurupa. We must become favorable to do the service to the Lord. So Anurupa Paramapurushartha. We have to do service to the Lord permanently. That we must understand, and we must get qualified Swarupa. The original nature of the individual soul should become qualified, what you call qualification to do service, perform service. Then Swa Adhikara Anugunamana, favorable to one's own right. So Muktatma, if you say, what the Muktatma, can we become the Ananta, Garuda and Vishwaksena? No. We cannot become the bed, we cannot become the kite, that is the carrier vehicle for the Lord. We cannot provide security to the Lord. You cannot imitate these three. So the only possibility is, in order to make the Lord happy, that is please the Lord, we do all kinds of service except these three. So all any kind of service, as we say, fanning him when he feels hot, worshipping him with all paraphernalia, namely aradhanam, then serving him in many ways. I think there will be a big list in future, or we should have known it earlier also. Then Sukara Upaya Visheshatyapati. Let us take an easy way of doing it. Sukara, easily done. What is very easy? For example, long ringing of the bell is more difficult than long fanning with the chamara, the fan. The chauri, we say. Use the chauri to fan him, which is difficult. Holding the bell is very difficult. The whole bell will be heavy generally. It will be made up of either bronze or silver bell or bronze bell. If it is bronze bell, it will be very heavy. And we have to hold it in two hands, two bells in two hands. Yeah, of course, you must not get tiredness. You must not get tired while ringing the bell. But as Muktatma, you won't become tired. As a Jivatma, you will get tired. So I'm just comparing. So Sukara Upaya Visheshate Patri. We must get attached to a special way of easy service. Suppose we compare ourselves to another Muktatma and say escapism, doing service easier than the others. That is allowed because there is no jealousy. There is no jealousy between them. Between two Muktatmas, there is no envy also. Kaikarya Manorathana in our aim is to only to do service. Then Ahamatma English Shlokam Pratipadikan. So far we have seen these two lines, Ahamatma, in the previous page. So Shlokam Pratipadikan. This is the explanation given. Very simple, but Kaikarya Manorathana, he says, Pin Varapovadil Ashi. What is our aim? To do service. So we are going to see the 25 aspects.
Ramanujayavatyam Jnanavairagyabhushanam Srimadvenkatanathāryam Vande Vedāntavedikam Kavitārkikasimmāya Kalyāna Gunadhāline Srimate Venkatesaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha Adidivasiro Banga Panchanana Parakrama Sriman Venkatanathāya Iram Vijayadhānavī Srirandhopa Tiruvengadamudaya Parandujana Paramudi Orandhari Amayaro Tani Varvanaki Varira Povadu
रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्
कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः
சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய. ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய. ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய. नारायणाय